action.
Hey Scott, how are you?
Matt, good to see you. How's
Good to
everything?
see you. Thank you for taking the time today.
What's going on?
Also, congratulations on hitting Top Realtor in February. That's awesome.
That's because I'm awesome.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Hey, I work with a lot of agents in your office, and I work with them to help sell more homes, make more money, and satisfy more customers. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I always want to make more money. So, what do you got for me? How can you do this for me?
Well, on the phone, actually, you mentioned that you're working with some other lenders. I'll get to all the features and benefits of what Wells Fargo can do for you, but I want to take some notes and really see what your hot buttons are.
Okay.
So you mentioned to me on the phone that you're actually working with other lenders out there.
Yes, I'm working with HSBC
HSBC.
exclusively.
All right, decent bank.
Yeah.
How's it working out?
Pretty good. They always get back to my customers, and they seem to be delivering on time.
All right, so if you had to rank them, from a level 1 to 5, 5 being the best, how would you rank them?
I give them a 4.
A 4. All right, so there's some room for improvement, right?
Always room.
Well, if you can imagine the perfect lender, that perfect lender, you want to put them up on a shelf, they'll do everything right for you. What types of things would you want to see that lender do for you?
Well, basically, I want to make sure my deals get closed on time.
Oh, by the way, you mind if I take some notes?
Please go right ahead.
I can't stand it right, so, all right. Wait a second. Reverse?
Reverse. And take 2.
Take 2.
I want to make sure that my customers get called on time, that my deals close on time, and that I can get in touch with when I need to if there's any questions at all, conditions are cleared and stuff, things along those lines.
Okay.
And then, of course, if there's any problems, I need to know right away.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned you want to be, you want return phone calls.
Mhm.
What's a fair time frame for that?
Usually within the day,
Okay.
a couple hours to the day.
And you want your deals to close on time.
Always, that's, a lot of times there's a lot of problems out there, and I want to make sure that everything's working out as expected.
And you also mentioned accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
So you want somebody that's maybe there to support you for open houses, to be available on weekends, things like that.
Weekends are really important.
Okay. Okay. I peel back the onion enough. Anyway, all right. Well, these are all good things.
So how are you going to show me how you can make more money for me?
Well, you mentioned deals closing on time.
Mm-hmm.
Wells Fargo has a program, it's called the Close on Time Guarantee.
What's the close on time guarantee, Matt?
Wow, just what it says. Close on Time Guarantee.
So everybody can guarantee something. How do you come through?
Well, basically, Wells Fargo, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. So if ever a loan doesn't close within the time frame of the contract, we'll pay the first month's principal and interest payment for the homeowner or the buyer.
Okay.
So it doesn't happen often. In fact, I haven't had any in the 8 years I've been doing this. But
That never close on time?
they always close on time. But I'm saying, I've never had to pay anybody.
Good.
But in the effect it does happen, we will put our money where our mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
Accessibility, so you said being available on weekends,
Mhm.
support you, open houses, things like that. I make it a point to work 24/7, and you also said return phone calls, so I make it a point to return phone calls in 2 hours.
How can you help me with my open houses?
Well, open houses, we have things like open house flyers that we could present to potential customers at the open house. We can put yard signs on the lawn to direct traffic to me, which I could then direct back to you, so I'm doing a little cross-selling there. And we have the breadth of products that we offer. We offer 203K loans, renovation loans, and we also offer temporary buy downs, which we can put a tickle rate out there of maybe a point lower than the interest rate. If it was 5%, we can go 4%, and save the borrower some money, customer some money.
Sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah, some things we do. So how does that sound?
That sounds phenomenal, man.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sounds phenomenal.
All right.
Call me next week, maybe I'll do something for you.
Wait, hold on, I'm not done. Are you currently working with some people? Are you taking anybody out this weekend to show some homes?
I'm doing an open house this weekend.
You're doing an open house this weekend. There's an opportunity to work with you, to try to help you to sell the house there?
It's possible. What do you? I like lunch, so
Lunch?
I'll bring around some snacks and some
Yeah.
flyers for the.
Yeah, we can expense all that stuff, don't worry about
Perfect.
it. We have a
Perfect.
great
Lobster tails and
manager.
shrimp
Yeah.
cocktails. What I usually serve.
Yeah, usually shrimp cocktail, maybe some filet mignon, and a bottle of champagne for you.
Sounds perfect.
All right, and so anyway, it's great. Thanks for your time.
I'll see you Sunday.
You sure you don't have any loans around that we can take a look at?
Sure. I do. Let's go.
How do you think you did, Matt?
I'm out of my comfort zone. It's not big. It's a little too structured because,
Well, what's structured about it? Let me.
well, you know.
Is asking for the business structured for you?
No.
Because I mean, you went back and you did it in a kidding way.
Yeah. No.
But you were going to walk out. The difference between what you did and what Richie did last week was Richie didn't leave that office until he was given an opportunity or a loan. Not an opportunity to do their open house because we're not caterers here, but an opportunity. Now you went back and you joked around about it,
Right.
but that should have been what you would have done. So there's nothing
Right.
structured about it. It's something that you would do.
Right.
You just got to remember to do it. And I think the structure part of it kind of reminded you to say, "Oh, wait a minute, what the hell am I here for?
Right.
I'm here to ask for
Yeah,
business."
I mean,
Your IBS was good. Your approach was good. I like that. Your discover needs was good, and yes, I think asking for permission to take the notes just so it doesn't look like you're with your head down and writing is a good thing to do. And the only thing you didn't do, I don't think, is prioritize any. So afterwards, when they told you all the different things that was important to you, maybe which of these things is most important to you? Is it
Right.
communication? Is it closing on time? That. But
Right.
then you did the benefits. You presented the solution, so that was all good. So I mean, overall, I mean, it was a good job. I don't think. Did you feel like you were structured? It didn't seem that way at all.
Well, I find this could work in certain atmospheres where, in other words, I'm trying to structure back to you are working with other lenders, and usually when you have an interview with somebody and you're sitting down, you tend to let the conversation take itself. And what I like about this is that you'll always find a way to get back to it.
Right.
So what I've really benefited from was, implementing certain pieces of this where you can, and like we learned in HPS, you can always go back
Right.
and discover needs. You can go forward, possibly to, they want you to discover needs and then solution them.
Yep. And the reason for that, it's just because sometimes if you go too quick to solution or make it, you might not be really knowing what their true needs are. And Sean, I don't know if anybody heard Sean when they were at HPS, but he gave the example where they had a meeting with a builder, and he's the area manager for Long Island. He was under the presumption that they were going to ask him for marketing dollars, and that's why they wanted him there. Because Wells Fargo is a big name. How much money are you going to give us to sit here? Because they had a big office for the broker on site, what have you. Turned out, in discussion and okay, so what's really important to you? What's important to us is that you're going to have somebody on site here every weekend when the traffic is going through here. You have the project approved. You're going to close these loans on time. You're going to communicate with us what's going on with each transaction. Not at one point did money come up, and in fact, there was no money asked for. So if you went in and in your mind thought, okay, let me solution this. This guy wants money. Okay, this is what I could do. I put a marketing plan in place that'll pay you $1,500 a month. Okay, thank you. But I didn't even ask for that, and truthfully, I didn't even think about that. So that's the reasoning